guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at some of the creepiest mysteries of 2022.
The murder of Luca Attanasio. Luca Attanasio was the Italian ambassador to the Democratic Republic of the Congo from 2017 until his death in February of 2021. While traveling with the World Food Program, Attanasio and two others were ambushed in North Kivu province and murdered.
Oh my god, that must be terrifying. Like, I actually have a real fear of traveling and, going somewhere that isn't necessarily safe, but it's kind of safe. But like something happens where people try to ambush you. Am I the only one who's scared of that? Like, it's a real fear of mine.
Congo's Interior Ministry has blamed a Hutu militia called the Democratic Force for the Liberation of Rwanda, one of 120 armed groups operating in eastern Congo.
Oh my god, there's 120 armed groups in Congo. I've heard of Congo, but I don't know exactly where it is. But I think I might cross it off my travel list for now.
Prior to their trip, the road they were on was deemed safe for travel.
See, that's what's so scary about it. It's the fact that they were on a route that was meant to be safe, and then obviously it turned out not to be safe. That's kind of like going out anywhere, like in my head, my area is safe. I kind of live around old people and families, so like I don't really have to worry. It's not like I'm in a rough area. But you don't know, there could be someone out there who's like watching me or stalking me, and one day I'm out, they could get me, and then people will think, oh my god, maybe our area isn't that safe after all.
Attanasio's wife suspected that the attack was from someone who knew him well and had betrayed him. In March, the attorney investigating his case, Mwilanya Asani William, was also ambushed and killed by unknown gunmen.
Okay, so it happened to that man and then his attorney. To me, this seems like a pattern. It seems like obviously they know something that people don't want out. Has there ever been like a really high court case or like a big trial going on somewhere? For example, there was one with like, what was it, Jeffrey Epstein or something like that? I swear there was like people who he was friends with like randomly started to drop dead all of a sudden, like leading up to the trial, and it makes you think, why are they dropping dead? If someone who's got loads of money and loads of power randomly goes missing and turns up unalive, is there a reason for that? Did they do it themselves, or like was it a cover-up? I mean, most of the times I reckon it's a cover-up.
The Greater London John Doe. On April 7th, 2020, this unidentified man died after being run over by a train.
Oh god, that's absolutely awful. Whenever I'm at train tracks, I always get scared that someone's either gonna go onto a train track or I'm gonna get shoved onto one. Whenever I'm waiting for my train, I'm glued to my seat, like I'm literally connected to it. I'm not leaving it until the train's right in front of me.
The conductor saw him lying flat on the tracks, but was unable to stop. In 2021, the case was officially labeled a cold case since his identity and specifics about what happened remain a mystery.
Okay, so they don't know who he was. Obviously someone knows who he was because he's got friends, he's got a family. That's quite scary, isn't it? Because like obviously somebody out there knows who he is, but like maybe they just think he's missing or he like ran off. It kind of does make you wonder like if the body's ever found and like it's never identified. Obviously it's someone, and someone knows what happened.
CCTV video surveillance captured footage of the man as he entered the Clapham North London Underground station alone. Whether he fell, jumped, or was pushed onto the tracks is unknown, but British Transport Police aren't treating the incident as suspicious.
Either way, someone lost their life, which is really sad. Surely they should have loads of cameras. There should be a camera everywhere down there. They don't know if he fell, if he was pushed, or if he jumped. I mean, that is really weird to me, because it's like, shouldn't there be cameras down there? I mean, either way, I hope the family of that man are brought to peace, because they might not even know that he's gone. He was unidentified, so we never found out who he really was.
Number 8. The Star Wars headdress. On January 1st, 2021, two farmers in Veracruz discovered a 6.5-foot tall limestone statue. Mexico's National Institute of Anthropology and History determined that the figure is more than 500 years old.
Oh my god, 500 years old? That's like old. So they basically are trying to say that looks like a Star Wars character. What I'm about to say can really make you think. Ghosts, demons, the boogeyman. Obviously somebody has seen them before, because then they can talk about it and draw it. All aliens look the same, all demons look the same. If there's like a skinwalker, like a mythical beast, they all look the same usually. And it makes you think, did someone like make it up, or like did they actually see it? Sometime during the time of this earth, someone like thought about it and like wrote about it, and it's like who was that, and was it actually true?
It depicts a woman in robed clothing with an intricate headdress that has invited comparisons to Ahsoka Tano in the Star Wars universe. Her fictional species has prominent sensory organs and appendages sprouting from their heads. Archaeologists believe that the woman was likely a prominent female ruler in both the Huastec and Aztec cultures.
It's so interesting to me how people literally ruled the world years ago. Like, people lived way before me. Think of if at this time, 200 years ago, there's a completely new generation of people. Every single person who was alive 2 years ago is not alive anymore. Even 100 years from now, every single person alive will be dead, or like the majority of them will be. It's quite crazy how life just goes on. And it does make you think maybe Star Wars is based on a true story, because that sculpture did look like the woman.
The Galveston County John Doe. This John Doe was found dead on Galveston's Kahala Beach in Texas on May 10, 2020. His body was in a state of decomposition, with black shorts and Under Armour sandals strapped to his hands. Authorities think it was likely he tried to use them to help him swim.
Okay, so they think maybe he was out at sea and he used the sandals to try to help him swim, kind of like flippers. Yet again, what's so freaky is that he obviously knows what happened, but like we don't. It's weird, isn't it? It's a mystery. I mean, this video is about creepy mysteries.
He didn't have any ID, and after a year of trying to identify him, it was officially designated a cold case in 2021. An independent company performed DNA testing on the body, but was only able to learn that he was of East African ancestry.
Okay, so they do know he's from East Africa. Was he in Mexico alone? Did he live there? Did he have family there? All of these people will have friends and family, and like they don't know where they are. Like their friend was literally missing. They probably don't know that he's like dead. That's quite creepy, isn't it? It's like whenever someone goes missing, it's like what happened to them? Obviously somebody knows what happens to them themselves and the person who done it, but it's like where are they? Like that is why I get freaked out whenever my friends don't text me back after like an hour ringing them.
Space anomalies. You might think that hiding near the only source of light in the entire solar system would be a bad hiding spot, but maybe not. Over a year ago, amateur astronomers looking at the sun with the HelioViewer tool noticed campfires. Just this year, a black triangle was spotted orbiting the star.
Please don't tell me they're going to try and tell us that people are literally on the sun with a campfire. I mean, it's not a forest where they lighting a fire on top of like a big fire star.
Raising questions about what it could be, with some ufologists claiming it was an alien spacecraft.
What is your opinion on UFOs? Do you believe them? Do you think they're rubbish? I mean, I kind of do believe in them. I do believe in aliens. Like, obviously, there's something else out there. But I don't know if what we all think is aliens are actually aliens. If there's bacteria on another planet, which I think there has been on the moon, there's been bacteria. Technically, that counts as an alien because, you know, it's not from Earth. I personally don't believe aliens are like these, like, really tall things with, like, really thin heads. You know, that stereotypical alien we all think are alien. I don't know if they're like that. Like, for all we know, it could be spiders, it could be bacteria, it could be a fungus. But then again, with UFOs, like, I do believe in UFOs. Like, there's absolutely UFOs out there. Technically, other planets might not know about us. People on Mars, there could be people for all we know. We've literally sent, like, a rover to Mars. Like, they might be thinking, oh my god, there's a UFO on our planet.
NASA simply labels sightings like these anomalies, calling this one in particular a data dropout, but others aren't convinced.
What is an anomaly? I can't even pronounce it. Okay, so it's basically a blip on the screen of life that doesn't fit with the rest of the pattern. Okay, I guess I kind of get it. So an example would be, you know, if you have like a cat which is like ginger and like it randomly gives birth to like a black cat, but all the other siblings are like ginger, it's kind of like that. So maybe that was just a glitch. I'm assuming it was because I don't know who would be lighting campfires on the sun. But then yet again, UFOs, like it could be real, I don't know.
The disappearance of Jackson Alexander Miller. On May 15th, 2010, Jackson Miller disappeared somewhere in California. He vanished without any of his essentials like his wallet, car, or cell phone. Since he had a history of depression, it was thought he could have jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge, but a body was never discovered and he was never heard from again.
Whenever someone goes missing, I feel like we all have the three big main thoughts in our heads. They've been kidnapped, they've, you know, ended their life, or maybe they, you know, just disappeared and wanted to start like a new life. It makes you think, though, out of all three of them, which is it? You know, did they disappear? Were they taken against their will? Did they end their life? It's creepy, isn't it? Like, for all we know, this man could be walking around in the world.
However, 11 years later, in April of 2021, a woman contacted officers and reported talking with a man at the store who told her his name was Jackson and he was a missing person.
But why did he tell her that? I mean, they have CCTV and I think that's him. It looks like him. So he's went into a store, told the woman working there that, you know, he's basically missing in his name. So obviously he's alive, but it's like, why? Where did he go? Why did he disappear? Obviously now we know, you know, he didn't take his life or that he was kidnapped, but he's obviously disappeared and it's like, why is he telling people that he's missing? Does he want to be found?
Could this be the same person?
I mean, honestly, I think it could be. It looks like him. But whenever the family hear about that, they're going to be very very happy but also very sad, because if he's alive and he's walking around acting normal, they're going to be thinking, oh my god, did he run away? Like, why did he run away? Is he ever going to come back? People can do whatever they want with their lives, but it's like, it's so creepy, isn't it? It's like he just disappeared and then he was like found like 10 years later, or like he wasn't found but he was sane.
NASA photographs. NASA has launched many missions since its inception, and they're always sure to have cameras on board to study the solar system. This year, some people watching a live feed of the International Space Station noticed 10 strange orbs flying in an odd orbit around the ISS.
I didn't even know NASA done like a live orbit. I kind of want to look into it. So these people have been watching the live stream and they've seen 10 weird things. Is it a glitch or is it actually aliens?
It's been theorized that these objects are Black Knight satellites or ancient alien crafts sent here to observe humanity. NASA seems to fuel these theories, as they sometimes mysteriously shut off live feeds when these objects come into view.
So yeah, it's pretty suspicious if, you know, you think you see an alien, next thing you know, NASA's cut the live view. I wonder if the governments know about aliens. Like, they obviously do, let's be completely honest, they know about everything. For all we know, there could be aliens in Earth, or maybe they're aliens. I don't know, Joe Biden might fly to the moon one day and talk to the aliens.
The Alec Murdaugh case. The Murdaughs are a successful family of lawyers that go as far back as 3 generations.
For more than 85 years, 3 generations of Murdaughs with the supreme law for more than 3,200 square miles of low country.
Alec Murdaugh has been plagued by a series of strange crimes. In 2018, his housekeeper passed away after allegedly falling down the staircase, and he is currently facing charges on theft related to the settlement funds.
Okay, so his housekeeper randomly fell down the stairs and, you know, it took her life, and now he's in jail. Whenever someone dies, I automatically think they've been murdered. It could literally be a heart attack. For example, the Queen, like, for some reason I thought she was assassinated. I think she was suffering from cancer in her last few years of life. But, you know, for a couple of days I was thinking, like, was she assassinated? Was it an inside job?
In June of 2021, his wife and son were found dead outside of their home, and the culprits have yet to be found.
Okay, so his housekeeper died, and then his wife and son died. So 3 people around him and in his surroundings have basically, like, perished. What is going on? It's weird, isn't it? Yet again, you know how I was talking about the court case earlier and how whenever a really big case is going on, people randomly start to disappear and, you know, drop dead. I've got a feeling someone's behind it.
He had just arrived home, finding the bodies of his 22-year-old son, Paul, and his 56-year-old wife, Maggie, near the dog kennels outside the family's hunting lodge.
In September, Alec Murdaugh survived a gunshot wound on the side of the road, but it later came out that he had paid a man to do it.
Oh, weird. Oh my god, so he basically hired a hitman himself. This is starting to be pieced together. Maybe the housekeeper was taken out by a hitman, the son, the wife, and now he's tried to use a hitman to take him out. Is he doing it so that people think someone's after him, but realistically it was him all along?
Murdaugh conspired with Curtis Eddie Smith to kill him as part of an insurance fraud scheme.
Could these all be connected?
I mean, I'm with you, Watch Mojo. I do think they're connected. Insurance, that's like a big thing that, like, can turn people evil. I hear stories all the time about how, you know, someone has loads of life insurance or money in a bank account, and, you know, their partner, like their children, will kill them to get the money. It ain't that easy, you know. If someone has a will with lots of money and they mysteriously die, the children and their friends are going to be the first suspects, and 99.9% of the time they're not going to get the money. Well, anyways, guys, that's where I leave that video there. That's some creepy mysteries. If you want to see me do more creepy mysteries in 2023, let me know. I definitely will. Press the big red subscribe, and then just to see you all in the next video.